Promotion. This is something that most people think of that social media should be doing. Why have just your home-based website when you can have YouTube and Facebook, when you can have a bunch of essentially other websites for free? That's a great question. Why not? And lastly, go where your clients are. Not everybody's going to use all the tools in the same way, and maybe only one of your clients has a Twitter account, but 80% of them have a Facebook. It's not about having a one-size-fits-all solution. The point is launching multiple tools that reach different types of people in multiple ways. Again, just broadcasting your content is just not enough anymore. Just transmitting and shooting out your message like a fire hose and hoping somebody had their mouth open when you were shooting, those days are done. And switching from a one-direction model to a two-direction model, it's that jump where you switch from transmit to interact. That's where the difference is. And essentially that's what social media is. It's media that's social. It's two-way. It's engaging. Here's an interesting point that the big names have definitely used to their advantage, like Coca-Cola and Comcast and these guys. Observing feedback and criticism online, monitoring the discussions of your satisfied customers, of your angry customers, of people who are angry with your competition, or of people who love your competition. Why? And tracking trends in your industry and discussions about new products and reactions to products. Social media is a great context for observing that sort of discussion. Before social media, what opportunity did you have to observe, catalog, index, and watch all of the discussions that your clients had? Unless you had phones tapped, there really wasn't one. So it's not a question of whether it's happening out there. The question is, are you listening to it? People are talking. Do you have ears to hear what they're saying? Relationship capital is interesting because this is also a more of a subconscious sort of benefit of social media. Social media feels safer, and it's certainly less formal. There's no protocols with social media. It's really based on discussions, and it sort of evolves the way people use it. And I think today's customers having a bit of a distrust towards impersonal, aloof, looming corporate megastructures. People want to know people, and even they want to know high up people. Even if you're the CFO or something like that, people want to know what you had for lunch, and maybe they don't want to know it in terms of they're really excited about it, but they're looking for a human connection. And people buy from humans. They don't buy from machines. Well, maybe they do if they're at the airport and they need a bag of chips, but for what we're talking about, people want to buy from people. They want to buy from people they trust and people they like. And like Dave Lowe says at the bottom there, people buy from people they like, but they can't like you if they don't know you. And having a presence on social media buys you automatic relational capital with people because it's in a less formal format, and it helps build a bridge between your business and individuals. And left brain, right brain, this is sort of a scenario that people have used a lot for business. On the left brain are your facts, your analysis, your math, your logic, your measurements. And on the right brain, that's your emotions, your art, your things you experience through your vision and looking and that sort of process. So the left and the right brain all approach information and sort it into those two sides. And a lot of people tend to be more one side than the other. Some people are the more like artistic, random, unscheduled people, and other people are the math, logic, engineer, just the facts people. But the thing about the internet, it is right-brained. The internet taps into the visual oral experience. It bullet points information, and people approach information on the internet with the right side of our brain and make decisions based on more of the right side emotional aspects than the left. So it's not that one is better than the other or that one undoes the other. But if your business is online, you got to have both sides of the coin. A factual and an emotional selling platform, and to be able to approach people with both sides of the coin and have a way to tap into the right brain decision-making process. So that's where social media comes in, because it's not going to sell on its own per se, but it's going to be an incentive, and it's going to walk people through the buying process in the right-brained way, and that's how people are going to respond to it. So additionally, if you have clients already, a big part of social media is selling those clients on more services and additional services that you can keep on the grid for people on your client's radar, or also approach them directly. Social media is a great way to do that because it's non-invasive, it's unsolicited, but it's expected, and it lets you sort of keep your finger on the pulse of what people are out there talking about. So there's a chance for you to make products better. There's a chance for you to track the buying habits of decision makers and to get a sense for how you can sell more stuff to people who already buy from you. And another point, a lot of people say social media is just for the young folks, or it's just a generational thing, but it's partially true. It started with it, but it's constantly growing exponentially northwards in age. And social media is growing big with the older age bracket. But the thing about the tools is that Facebook and Twitter and things like that, they're new, and the older generation sometimes is behind the curve on adapting those tools, and now a lot of people have adapted and it's sort of assumed. But the younger tools, there's constantly new social networks coming out, like Foursquare, location-based social media. And young people pick it up, learn the dialect, adapt to it, and let go of other forms far faster and easier than the older generation does. So if you have a social media presence, it's not just about targeting where the most people are, but you want to specifically target younger buyers, because what is popular with younger buyers eventually becomes popular with older buyers. So that's an incentive you want to have to staying cutting edge in terms of your social media presence. Also, finding future employees or key connections. Maybe a young person at some company isn't the key decision maker, but they know them, or they work in the same office, or they're connected to them through LinkedIn. Having that presence can't hurt, and you want to take advantage of any connection you can find.